Okay, so still no CJ, right? No Valentin? All right, so happy Wednesday to you. Yesterday, you should have watched the video from last semester that sort of covered what this is going to be about. Financial institutions, monetary and fiscal policy, and taxes. Taxes we'll focus on next week when we do federal income tax and state income tax. It'll be easier that way. But just to go over the module again in terms of an overview, as I said, we'll talk about taxes next week as it fits in with what we're doing. Today, I'll review for you fiscal policy, how the federal government can spend money or tax more, right, to take money out of circulation, help control inflation or deflation. We'll talk about monetary policy quickly in terms of what the Federal Reserve System can do in terms of interest rates and buying and selling of securities. And then you want to know sort of the similarity and difference between fiscal policy and monetary policy. The one thing about those is that it is very constant. Monetary policy is always going to be the Federal Reserve System, changing interest rates or buying and selling securities. Fiscal policy is always going to be the federal government either spending or taxing, right? Understand the tools used by the federal government and the Fed to do that, and I'll explain that for you because those will stay constant as well. And then there'll be one assignment in terms of federal budget planning. So if you can, go ahead and get to your Module 18, and I'll bring that up for you. All right, so yesterday you should have watched that video that sort of covered everything from this unit. It's still available and up for you. I'll summarize exactly what you need to know. Here is a breakdown of sort of where tax money goes in this country. You don't really know the specifics of the amount, just know that some of our biggest expenditures are still Social Security, health and Medicare, national defense, and then paying down the national debt is going to be a big expense as well. And those things have remained constant really since the 50s. There was a little dip in the 90s in terms of the debt going down, but for the most part, those things have stayed the same. So financial institutions are really your banks, your savings and loans that we've talked about. Now, some of the things that happen over a period of time that we want to control is inflation. Inflation is a sustained rise in the price of all goods and services and basically makes your money worth less. And so that is what the federal government and the Federal Reserve System through the banking system try to avoid. The biggest economic indicator that is used to determine how we are doing is called the Consumer Price Index, abbreviated CPI. It comes out quarterly, which is once every 3 months, and it's a number, right, that gives the average level of prices for an urban family of 4 to survive in the United States. If this number starts to go up, if it increases over a period of time from quarter to quarter, back-to-back quarters, then we're said to be in an inflationary time period. And that's sort of what we want to avoid. We don't want inflation going up because it makes people's money worth less. Now, we know what the function of money in our society is, right? Money is a medium of exchange. If I take money out of my wallet and go to a store and put down money, they'll give me a good or service in return. Money can be a measure of value, right? If you go to any website that sells goods and services, let's say that we went to Amazon.com, right? Money as a measure of value, right? We could click on any one of these items, right? Popular items, this for dad, new Echo Bud, let's see what that's about. It's going to be a measure of value, right? So there you can see on the right-hand side, $119.99. So money is a measure of value, and then we know that money is a store of value, right? If I took $1 out of my wallet, we know that that dollar was worth $1 yesterday. It's going to be worth $1 tomorrow because the federal government says so. And so this function of money, the 3 functions of money, are basically controlled by the banking system. Our banking system in the United States is controlled by what's called the Federal Reserve System. The Federal Reserve System is made up of 12 district banks in the United States. Our district is San Francisco. And basically, the biggest thing that they do day to day is the check clearing process, but they are the banker's bank. They're the bank of last resort. They're really the national bank of the United States, and they're also the bank of the federal government. And so they have a lot of control, especially in terms of monetary policy, because they're the only ones that can use monetary policy to help keep our government, our government's economic situation stable, right? That's what we want. We want stable employment, stable, steady growth. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, remember, came about after the Great Depression, basically guarantees if you put your money in an FDIC insured bank, the government, if that bank fails, will pay you your money. It's guaranteed. So we know that there's different types of banks, savings and loans, credit unions, mutual savings banks, all of those things are available for you to put your money in. When you put your money in a bank, that's a store of value, right? They're storing your money for you. Taxes, as I said, we will really focus on next week. But when you look at this, I just wanted you to remember, right? The function of taxes, the functions of taxes, we've been over this, is to pay for things that society wouldn't. So they're to correct negative externalities or things that people in the private sector would not provide. So we'll focus on this next week, but that is what we are looking at there. That's how the government gets their money to participate in fiscal policy. So Fiscal and monetary policy, right, as we said, fiscal policy is the federal government. Monetary policy is the Federal Reserve System. The fiscal policy that can be done, and I'll explain both of this, is the spending that they do, the borrowing that they do, and the taxing that they do. Monetary policy is the buying and selling of securities, lending money to banks, right, paying interest on bank reserves. But I'll go over all of that. Yes?
Did you want that camera on?
Nah, I'm sorry. There. All right. The Federal Reserve System, I said, has 12 districts. Each of these cities is where the district bank is located. Our banking district headquarters is San Francisco. All right, is San Francisco. So when you look at everything that goes on here, all of these states here belong to the same district. That means when you deposit or write a check from your bank account, it goes to that district bank in San Francisco for the check clearing process. This explains the Fed that was in the video. So if you watched that yesterday, you've already seen that. Fiscal policy, what the government does, and I'll explain that to you easily. Monetary policy, what the Fed does, how they control the amount of money that is out in circulation. That video there goes a little bit over inflation, and that one is decent. Let me share that one with you from the other side. Do 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 do. So this will explain about inflation and why we want to avoid inflation. Make sure I reset it so you can see it well. And then I'll turn it. I'll turn it the other way.
In 1950, what was this rich man Harvard in 1900? What is the highest grossing movie of all time? Sorry. Yeah. Most people think prices go up over time. Okay, I get it. Who cares? Well, you do a lot. Let's say you had a 2% raise in your account. But while you're raising an extra 2%, prices rise by 5%. Guess what? That means you didn't get a real raise. Sorry. After adjusting for inflation, you're actually losing 3% of purchasing power. Well, let's take a look at Stan. Purchasing power tells them how much physical stuff like pizza, haircuts, and retail monthly content you can actually consume. If prices go down, you can consume more stuff. His purchasing power is increased. Or if prices go up, he has to consume less. His purchasing power is decreased. A rise in prices is effectively the exact same thing as the cut in wages, and vice versa. The first thing we need to know is how to find this measure of inflation, or the overall price levels in the country. Using that measure, they can do things like adjust prices from the past into today's dollars and give us a reading on how fast prices are rising. Second, we're going to look at inflation and talk about one country that has inflation and one other has only prices. Obviously, we're going to look at dollars, and which matters when the prices are just one good source as a result of collective privileges. The ultimate logic in the world. This affects you. Someday you might have to ask your boss for a raise. Knowing some economics can help you negotiate a real wage. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Thanks for watching Prosperous Economics.
Okay. So that's why it's important to control inflation in terms of our economic system, because we want steady, slow, sustained growth, but we also want full employment. And full employment's around 5%, right? Because you have some people that are retired, some people that are too young to work, elementary school, et cetera. So the second assignment this chair of the Fed gave wasn't working this morning, so I need to figure out why. The other assignment is this fiscal shift game. And basically in the fiscal shift game, they are asking you to pick 3 budget priorities, and they're basically going to see if you can bring down the debt while meeting your priorities. So this is a demo here of what they're going to ask you to do. Feedback.
Fiscal policy.
All right, so it's very simple. From this, you're going to click on New Game. You're going to enter in the username that you want. Now I would put in your first name, last name, right? And you want to reduce future debt to today's levels, meet your governing goals, earn all 3 green stars here and avoid the red stars. But basically, it'll ask you, what are things that are important to you? You want to strengthen Social Security? You want to have them assign you goals? Invest in the future. So I picked three goals there. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to run through related policies. Once you run through those related policies, so like in make 4-year publication, college debt free. If I choose that, watch what happens. This is going to increase spending, my debt rises, right? So I've strengthened Social Security, and I've earned a star. So I'm going to go back. See Joe Biden's priorities here. Joe Biden's priorities, we're all in this together, help the middle class. So helping the middle class, let's see. Use this to help fund Social Security. Debt went up. So you can go through these depending on the priority, and you want to get as many stars as you can. Invest in the future. Paid family leave. Now I got another one, right? So you're going to go through and you want to get as many stars as you can. Infrastructure and transportation. There's some more stars for me right there, right? So you can see that I'm getting, right, stars all the way through. Now, when you get finished and you've gone through all of these different things, right? So there's 5 here. There's 6 there is 11, right? And basically 6 more is 17. You're going to get to a page. Let me show you here. You're going to get to a page that looks like this. And this is what you're going to submit for your points. So you're going to have a page that looks like this. It says, congratulations, you've met your goal. And then it's going to give you a screen that says how you did. And it doesn't matter how many red or how many green you have, as long as you have met your goal and finished. You're going to take a screenshot of that. And this is how you submit the assignment. You can't do the URL because I can't go back to your game. So you have to take a screenshot of that. Do not go through quickly trying to get to the finish, because you'll overshoot that screen and then have to do it again. So you will upload your screenshot, right? And then that way, when I get notified that you submitted it, what'll happen is I'll be able to go here and I'll get a notification, fiscal ship. So I'll be able to go through here, click on, and see your submission, right? So there is Alejandro's plan, perfect, right? See everything he did, you can give him the points. All right? Yes, Joey. I thought you raised your hand.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wondering, I said, does it matter if you get all the stars or not, or only if you meet the debt?
No, it doesn't, just as long as you complete the assignment. So you'll have, everybody, depending on their goals, will have different stars and they'll have a different debt level. So it's just about completing what you selected. And then lastly, because of your performance in the stock market game, Congressman Carbajal, whose 24th district includes our district, we were one of the 2 schools selected. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., even though you don't have period 2 tomorrow, if you have a period 6, you're excused from period 6. But one of our, well, basically our school, and that was you guys, not anybody else. These 3 sections, period 1, 2, and 3, were selected for this visit. And so he's going to talk to the class a little bit. There'll be some questions you can ask. But what will happen is if you have a 6th period, you'll be excused from that 6th period to attend this. And then what I'll do is I'm going to create a module, and I'll put it right up here at the beginning. But basically, I'll create a module that I'll have the Zoom link to Congressman Carvajal's visit, just like normal other things. And then there'll be questions that we can ask them. They sent some pre-questionnaire sort of things like that, but basically some things that you can use as a suggestion to ask. The only thing about that is different than anything else is they need you to be on the screen. So you can't put just a picture. It has to be your face in real time. But if you have a 6th period and you want to get out of that 6th period, this is going to take, looking at the agenda, it's going to take 20, 23, 26, 29, 32, just about 33 minutes. So if you have a 6th period and want to get out of the 6th period, you can log into your Canvas. I'll send you via email on the Canvas inbox the Zoom link. But you just need to make sure that you have your face on the screen. And then if you attend the Zoom meeting with Congressman Carbajal and have your screen on, that'll be extra credit for you. So other than that, when you look at what we have, this Chair the Fed game wasn't working right. I can try it again real quick, but it didn't seem to work right for me. No, you do not have to attend if you've got plans or work. You've got something else already going on. You don't have to attend, but it's always fun to be recognized for your work since you guys are the ones that did it. I'll see if I can get this to load up, but it hasn't loaded for me, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah. See, I don't know. don't know why. That second assignment, I'm probably going to delete. I don't know why it's not working. I've never had issues like that before. So I don't know if the link isn't any good anymore. Like it goes and sounds the way that it's supposed to, but part of the thing, it might be the flash, right? The flash changed at the end of last year too. So I don't know. I don't know why that is, but the second assignment, I don't know. I'm absolutely confused on that. All right, if you have questions or concerns, you can stick around. The congressman tomorrow in terms of that is extra credit. I'll send you the thing through Canvas and you should be set. The Unit 8 test will be due on Monday at 3:15. It's only 25 questions. There's a review game if you want to do that. You can, but it's very short. Other than that, we will see you tomorrow at 10.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Have a good day, Grok.
Thanks. We'll see you later. No. No, it's too short to. Just does not work.
does it mean to repeal corporate tax cuts?
Get rid of them.
Get rid of
So they would be back in.
Have a good one, guys. We'll see you later. Thanks.
Attention on campus, lunches are provided at no cost to all students on campus. Lunches can be picked up at the cafeteria patio window. Repeat, lunches are provided at no cost to all students on campus. Lunches can be picked up at the cafeteria patio window. Thank you.
What's up?
Get this. My AP kids tested today. I told them Monday, Tuesday, he didn't confirm, he didn't practice test on College Board. Out of the 40 kids that are taking it, 4 did the practice test on College Board, so only 4 of them see what the exam looked like online.